Alright, hey guys, lots of cardboard again, and today we're gonna start another, well, another deck profile, but on a new card game again. Well, at least new to the channel. Today we got another one of my favorites, which is Dragon Ball Super. So let's go ahead and get into it. This one is the Universe 6 leader Cabba, with the permanent that you can only play Universe 6 battle cards in this deck, except for Vegeta's, um, which is fine. And its auto is pretty cool. So when a blue or yellow Universe 6 card is played in your battle area, that card gets 5,000 power for the duration of turn. Then choose one card in your life and add it to your hand. And then, of course, your Awaken is when your life's at 4 or less, you may choose two of your energies, switch them active, and flip them over to his Awakens, or her Awaken, or yeah, his Awaken side. And it still has the same permanent, but when this card attacks, you draw a card, obviously. And then when your opponent leader attack, if all of your opponent's energy is in rest mode, choose up to two of your opponent's energy cards chosen with this skill. Cannot recharge, like untap during the next recharge phase. And the once per turn is one of your card skills, switch an opponent's battle card or energy card to rest mode, draw a card. Sorry. Which is pretty easy to do, since a lot of our cards do that. So we'll go ahead and get into the deck itself. And if you guys want a profile or battles between Dragon Ball decks, also let me know. So here we go. We got Khalifa, the Bold Sister. So this card cannot be KO'd by your opponent's skills, which does something, but not a lot. Since it's only 4,000, you're not really doing anything with it. But the cool thing with this card is that when you play it, you look at the top 5 and to choose one blue or yellow Universe 6 and add them to your hand. And we got 2 of his Khalifa Troublemaker. So when it plays, choose one life in your card in your life, add it to hand. If you do, choose one card in your opponent's energy, and switch it to rest mode. So if your leader's out, it does the things, but it also just stops your opponent from having negates and stuff, which can actually be useful in the later game. Since for those of you who know, you don't have to do all your battles at once. Next we got 2 Cabba, Saiyan of Universe 6, along with the 3 Planet Salada. This card goes along with it because Cabba, Saiyan of Universe 6 is when you play these cards, look at top 7, choose 2 blue or yellow Universe 6. Among them, add them to hand, shuffle deck, and if you add a card, place a card in your drop area from your hand. And its auto is when you play this card, if Planet Salada is in your battle area, choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode. Cards chosen with the skill cannot be switched to active mode during your opponent's next turn. But it's pretty good. But the cool thing about this combo is that Planet Salada is when this card is played, it chooses Universe 6 from your hand with energy cost of 2 or less and plays it. And if you play the card, you draw a card. So you get the draw off this as well as the search, so if the draw is useless off it, you can just discard it with this. So it goes along, since this gets out this, and you get pluses from it, so it's just better to start with both in hand. And when this card is placed in the drop area from a battle area, choose one of your opponent's energy, switch to the rest mode, then look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose one blue Universe 6 card with energy cost of 5 or less among them, add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. It doesn't really happen too often because no one's going to destroy it, but it is there. Next for a Vegeta card, you want to play more of this, but I only got one. This is Vegeta and Master's Temperament, so it's dual attack, so once per turn it just switches itself back. And its auto is when you play this card and your leader card is a yellow. If your opponent has 4 or more energy and a Cabba card is in your play in your battle area, choose up to 2 of your energy or opponent's energy, switch them to rest mode, and cards chosen with the skill cannot be switched to active mode during your opponent's next charge phase. So just for a regular 4-drop with 20,000 power dual attack, having that ability is really good. Then we'll go ahead and get into our hit cards. We got 3 hit Ace of Universe 6. This is Autobahn 2. So when you play this card with 2 or more Universe 6, reduce the combo card cost of blue and yellow Universe 6 cards in your hand by 1 for the duration of the turn. So that can get up, especially, for example, like the next card, which is 1 for 1,000. So you have that. This one has an EX Evolve for 3 of a yellow hit with energy cost of 2, so that's why I use them here. I want to find more of these, but I can't find them, so same with this one, I would play more. But has dual attack, which is really good. Auto Bond 2, so when the card evolves into this card, if your leader card is a yellow Universe 6 card and you have 4 or more energy, flip your opponent's leader card to the front. If you do, your opponent can't activate the leader card's Awaken or Wish skills until the end of their next turn, which is just ridiculous because it basically unawakens them for a whole turn, which is really good. And if you can get that, that's just insane. So I would recommend playing 2 of these if you got them. Its activate main once is not even that bad either. So you choose its opponent's battle card, negates skills for duration of turn, and send it to its owner's warp. At the end of your opponent's next turn, play the card sent to the warp by the skill, which is pretty stupid, honestly. So that's it for yellow. We'll go ahead and get into the blue. Next we got the best starter, Bonds Kale. Sisterly Bonds Kale, really good card. So when you play this card, look at top 10 from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 blue or yellow Cabba or Khalifa card among them with energy cost of 2 or less, and play it. Really good, especially since you can just combo off of it. Like if you hit it off of a card that like plays it, and you play and then play another card. Then we got 3. So these are mostly our Kales. Then we got Timid Sister. So when this card's played, choose 1 blue or yellow over 6 card with energy cost of 3 or more, and add it to your hand, which usually just recycles your Kale, Annihilation, or some of your higher level dual colors. And this one is the EX Evolve for 1 on this Kale. And when a card evolves on this card, you may choose all of your battle cards other than this card. Place them in its owner's drop area. If you do, choose all of your opponent's battle cards for energy cost of 4 or less and return them to their owner's hand. So, depending on what deck you're placing, if you can get this off turn 2, it's actually a pretty decent play, since it kind of just returns their cards back to hand. So, depending on if you're playing against an evolve-heavy deck, that does something. Next, we got 2 Vegeta and Cabba, Master and Pupil Bond. This card is amazing. Barrier, Aegis blue/level, or blue/yellow, which is amazing once returned, sadly. But when this card activates Aegis, you may choose 1 card from your hand, place it in your drop area. If you do, choose 1 blue or yellow over 6 card in your drop area with an energy cost of 2 or less, and no keyword skills, and then play that card. Just so you know, auto is not a keyword skill. So on your opponent's turn, you can play this, which gets you 5,000 combo power, but you can play another one from your deck that gives you more combo power. So it's a really good way to build up combo power as well as your energy on your opponent's turn. Next, we got 2 Brilliant Pairing Kefla. So this card, dual attack, union ported of a blue Kale and a yellow Kafla. Energy exhaust kind of sucks, but whatever. All of them do. And permanent. So you can only have 1 can be played in your battle area, and this card can't be played from anywhere unless your leader card is yellow, which our leader card is yellow. But dual attack is pretty good, and for Union Porta for free is really nice, which is basically like an XE summon. Then we got 3 Kefla Peak of the Perfection, an alright card. Arrival blue-yellow for red or yellow, so basically if you have a blue and a yellow card in your combo area, you can play 1 yellow and play this card. When you combo this card, if your leader card is a Universe 6 card in your opponent's turn, you may choose one of your opponent's energy, switch it to rest mode, and if you do, Kefla's Peak of Perfection card's auto skill, don't activate for the duration of turn. But if you play this card during your turn, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, switch it to rest mode, then negate that battle card's skill until the end of your opponent's next turn. So better play it during your turn. Then we got 1 copy of Energy Kefla, so Union Port of 1 blue Kale and yellow Khalifa with energy cost of 4 or more. I don't really think you can get into it too easily without using your Kefla there. But this card is Aegis, pretty good, but when this card activates Aegis, choose up to 3 of your opponent's energy and switch them to rest mode. So that's pretty broken, especially if they decide to attack early, or like if they attack with the leader to draw, you can kind of run a lot of lands this way. But then we got 3 Kefla Everlasting Lights. Also has Union Porta for blue and a yellow with a blue Kale and yellow Khalifa. So auto at the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode, which is pretty cool. And its permanent is when this card will be removed from the battle area by your opponent's skill, you may choose 1 multicolor card in your hand, placing your drop area instead. Not really too good, but 3,000 card is pretty good. And you can always just combo with this too. Then we got and that's it for our multicolors that we got in the deck. Next we got our super combos and stuff like that, extra cards. Speaking of super combos, you got our 3 Defender. This really is just a standard combo. If your life is 5 or less, draw a card and gain 1,000 combo power, but it is Universe 6, so it is addable off of cards. Then we got Deadly Poison, which is a counterplay for 3, so the battle card your opponent is playing rest mode with its skill negated for duration turn, then draw 1 card. If your life is 3 or less, choose one of your blue or yellow energy, switch it to active mode. So a little bit hard to pull off, but really good since it's any card with no restrictions. The counterplays. Then we got free Sensu Bean, just because Sensu Bean's God. So choose one of your cards. It gains plus 5,000 power for duration of turn. This is activate battle. Then choose up to 2 of your energy to switch into active mode. And then finally got 4-time magic, which is a counter attack which negates the attack and chooses one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignoring barrier, and it can't switch to active mode until you're in its opponent's turn. And of course, Sparkling 5, you can take a card from your life instead of paying its energy cost if need be. Sadly, it's not like the blue one, where you get to untap 2, which would definitely be preferable, especially in this deck. But alas, can't always get what you want. So that was the Vegeta Universe 6 Cabba deck with Vegeta. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys want to see more, like anything really, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.